Quick disclaimer. Should we comment on the author of a fanfiction, we are simply using context clues based on the content of the fanfiction being read. These comments are speculative and not meant to be insulting or judgmental towards the author. Similarly, any statements or opinions read as part of the fanfictions do not necessarily represent the values of the host. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pick a Fic, the world's #1 fanfiction podcast. My name is Jason, and with me is my brother Micah. Micah, how are we doing?
We are doing good. I can't do the fun transitions like you can.
You can't?
No, I
You
can't.
can't do the fun transitions?
Nope.
You can't hop on it like that?
I thought you did that last week.
Did we talk about Hop? No, we didn't. We watched Hop this week.
Then what was the funny transition that you were going to do? You kind of mentioned it in the beginning for a little bit. I can't remember now. All right.
It's just putting the title of the movie into a sentence.
I
that
can't
sort of
do
transitions
that.
into
My brain doesn't work like that.
Mine doesn't either. That's why I usually okay, well, I guess on a side note, I have finished listening to all of season 1 of Pick a Fic. I've been going back through them. Mm-hmm. I finished our ranking episode, so I'm done with season 1. I was always bad at it, and that was kind of the joke. Was that it was never a good transition. It was like forcing it. Although the hop one comes naturally because you just hop on it is such a common phrase. Yeah. We watched Hop.
I'm glad this era's gone. This era is. I would take 1 billion Marvel movies than I think one of these.
Dude, people are freaking out over Brand New Day. Apparently, it's like the best Marvel movie ever made.
I hear it's just like okay. Like, it's good.
The Blue Sky people I follow are literally, like, people are saying they cried in theaters.
Do you want to see it? Because I want to see it.
No, because you have the movie. Or no, Eli has the movie. Eli has the movie on our summer draft. Or summer movie draft.
Oh, come. Dude, he's won already.
No.
He's won. Accept it.
Odyssey's approaching 400 milli, baby.
Okay, so I go out and see Odyssey, and you're okay with it, but we need to do that. Eli has... God, no one's going to know what we're talking about. No one's going to know what we're talking. Do you want to see Brand New Day?
I don't. Like, I never have, regardless of the summer movie draft. I never wanted to see it. I was like, I don't. Like, it's. We were talking about it, like, last week at some point. I just. The Marvel is just, like, so far gone for me. Like, the last one I watched was the last Spider-Man one. I will say Spider-Man tends to be very self-contained.
Yes.
And the people were even saying that just leave after when the credits roll, because the end credit scene, even if you're a big Marvel head, does not matter.
I heard that too, yes.
So I'm just like, okay, that at least if I did see it, it wouldn't necessarily be like when I saw the other Spider-Man, and there's like what was the lawyer guy showed up.
Oh my god.
And everyone every single human being in that room just sort of whispering to each other.
Yes.
And you and I are sitting there like is this important?
It's a man in a suit.
And then the end, I think it was the mid-credit sequence was the same thing.
Yes, it was just like a woman showed up and everyone was like, oh, and it was like, shut up!
And we go to the theaters and we turn to our brother-in-law, who's like the resident Marvel head of that viewing, and we're just like, so what? And he's like, oh, this person's from this, and this person's from this, and this is happening in the background, and these shows exist. And I'm like, oh no, once I found out they're bringing show lore into the movies, I stopped there. I'm just like, it's the Halo 5 problem, where it's like, oh, you have to read the books.
I don't want to.
Oh, you have to listen to the audio drop.
I don't want to watch WandaVision. I want to avoid WandaVision as much as I can.
You have to watch Winter Soldier or whatever.
What?
Like,
no.
Least interesting. Like, Bucky is Bucky an interesting character? Like, they people act like he is, but I'm just like, bro, I watched the Captain America movies. He's just kind of there.
Here's the thing. I just see Spider-Man as Spider-Man. Even though this is the MCU Spider-Man, I still don't see it as an MCU movie. I just see it as a Spider-Man movie. It's the next Spider-Man movie, and that's
and
like
that's
I don't
see
it as an MCU. So I want to see. I'm just gonna see it. Hopefully tomorrow or something. So and I'll
tomorrow when a day later you can get it for $5.
I work. I mean, I guess I could do it like
I
in
get
the morning.
yeah, you have the new
but-
schedule.
And
Don't
plus, like,
send me. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I don't know.
No, Spider-Man was right there. Let me
Getting
click
seats
on
is
it.
gonna be tough.
Let me click on it. It's an hour, or it's 145 minutes.
Is that bad? Wait, is it? I'm thinking. Wait, no.
90 is an hour and a half. It's an
Okay.
extra. It's an extra.
So yeah, that's worth paying. Like, do you need like 2 hours? Is like worth paying.
This Tuesday, there's a 9 a.m. That's the earliest.
Yeah, technically, I guess I could.
Dude, we could see it in 3D.
Whoa, I haven't seen a 3D movie in decades.
Maybe, yeah. Next, if you have like a Tuesday off in the next 2 weeks, I don't want to pay full price for Spider-Man. I'll go see Spider-Man. 3D would be cool, but the time.
Not to change subjects, but you want to know what is making a comeback? Plasma TVs.
No, they're not.
Oh, yeah.
Guys.
Oh yeah,
Guys.
dude, Reddit is popping off with the plasma
Okay, so
TVs.
it's not back. If it's on Reddit,
No,
it hasn't
not
come
just
back
Reddit,
yet.
dude. Like, I know Nitro Rad got a plasma TV. He's been saying how awesome it is playing like PS3 and like PS3 and stuff like that on it. And it's just like,
Yeah, but
I never.
OLEDs are better.
But it just has this like the fact that it was made during that time period.
Yeah, I get
and like
it.
the way like the contrast and the colors, like, you know, it just fits that era. That's what games were like designed, you know, more for. It's like, okay, yeah, an HD CRT is technically better than a regular CRT, but it's like games weren't really made for 1080i yet, unless it was very like
Unless it's the
hyper
Xbox.
exactly.
Like Tony
so it's
Hawk
like
4 on the Xbox.
it's best just to get a regular CRT because you're gonna get that native 240p anyway. Yeah, so I thought like the next thing would be 3D TVs in 3D
and I'm glad
movies.
it isn't, because I can still get one for cheap.
Yeah,
I want to get that PlayStation branded TV, and that's going to be the only things hooked up to that are going to be the Wii, Xbox 360, and PS3. Nothing else is going to be hooked up to that TV. It's going to have a dinky little sound bar.
yeah,
and that's going to be
dude.
the 7th gen experience.
I
my
can't
house.
wait. When we get that, like, I want to try that like separate split screen thing where
I
it's
have
like
a couple games that have that.
it
so we can-
displays on your glasses.
Actually,
so
splits. I think that split second Disney
Yeah,
racing game
I think
supports
that
it.
supports it. I think a motor. No, wait, what?
Motor sport. No, what's it called?
Yeah, it's like-
motor. The one with the cars.
Motor Rally. I
The
forget.
one with the cars in the apocalypse. That
Yeah,
one.
like Motor Rally, I don't
It's
know.
Motor Storm. That
Yeah,
seems too
Motor Storm.
generic.
Motor Storm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Motor Storm.
Motor
It's the
Storm.
2000s, dude. Everything was generic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I played that game for like 30 minutes. I'm like, I don't care.
And then PlayStation nerds are like, oh.
Because they played it at the time. If you
Yeah.
played it at the time, that game was probably really cool. But
Oh, yeah.
I played it in like 2024 or whatever it was. Do you want to talk about Snake Eyes?
Snake Eyes is a really cool movie that you don't need to see. But if you do see it, it's a really cool movie.
I thought it was a really cool movie that if you like, it's a cinematography movie.
Mhm.
It's a movie that you watch if you want to see cameras do things you didn't think cameras could do. There's like 2 separate times where the camera goes over a wall.
Yeah,
And it's like, and then the one of the times it does it, it literally pans from top, it goes over the wall and then top down pans through 3 different rooms,
And that was-
very slowly. And you're
Yeah.
like, this is really cool because it was 98, so it's not like they can't do like CG tricks, so it's all practical effects. So it's like they literally had to build these 3 rooms, and they had to have these people acting in all 3 rooms simultaneously, even
Yeah.
though the camera wouldn't get to them for another 2 minutes. And
Yeah.
it's like, that's awesome. And like the 8 different camera angles they had to film of the
oh
beginning,
my gosh,
basically. Like
yeah.
the beginning 30 minutes gets like replayed multiple times throughout the movie from different angles. And it's a boxing match with like a 10,000 extras probably.
Yes.
Literally just they have to all do the same thing with different angles.
That camera trick though, yeah, like have you seen you haven't seen Psycho from Alfred?
No.
Alfred, yeah, they do that actually.
Ah.
Like back in like the freaking 50s, and it's just like,
See, that's
what?
cool.
How do you what?
He's a director I really want to get into, but
Oh,
he has
yeah.
like 85
A lot of
movies, so
movies,
it's like
yeah.
I don't.
But the
I
2
don't know
that
where to
I've
start.
seen Birds and I've seen Psycho, incredible movies. I mean, like yeah, Bird gets like memed on because of like how like practical it is, and like, you know, the effects have aged
Yeah.
very poorly like, compared to like Psycho, but you know, it's still like a good movie, I think. Like, You know, especially if you're a fan of Birdemic, it's a must. Because it's just like, oh my gosh, he literally just took like these scenes directly from Birds, and it's just funny. But
that is funny.
You know, Snake Eyes was good. I love the cinematography. I love the acting. Like
Nick Cage is in it, so it's already like an Oscar-worthy performance. If he's in it, there's at least one Oscar-worthy performance.
The fact that it just gets you locked in
immediately,
like, with this one shot that does. Of course, I think they're hiding like.
They have so many like whipping pans that it's like, okay, they cut obviously
but it's a really good like illusion of it all being one shot.
It's like was that movie 1917 or whatever? Sam Mendes or whatever his name is.
1917. Yeah.
It's like that where it's like it's not one cut, but they make it look like one cut, and it's
I
still
love
really cool.
Because it got me to think like back in the day before superhero movies, like studios actually competed for your ass in the seat. Like they wanted you to get you into that. So if I come out of the theater and be like, "Oh my gosh, there's this movie Snake Eyes. It was really cool. I had Nick Cage in it, and like there's some really cool like cinematography stuff and everything." Like then I get you to go see it. You know, it's like that doesn't happen anymore. No one's competing for anything anymore.
Like movie tickets were, I mean, to some people they were still like a luxury, but for way more people it was just like a thing you were doing. So if you sat down and the movie was boring for 30 minutes, you'd leave.
Yeah.
People would just get up and leave. And I couldn't imagine doing that because I'm a big movie guy, but like the casual audience respects their time.
Yeah.
If your movie's boring, they're going to get up and leave. In the theater, at least. If you're watching at home, you're not even watching it, just doing dishes in the background, which is an insane thing to me. But anyway, yeah, Snake Eyes is cool. It's at the very least, it's really cool. I think Act 2 is still interesting. Like, it was still keeping my attention. But it's like, they didn't know how to make this a 90-minute movie. They had no idea.
Yeah.
So, like, they had a really cool hour. And then the last 30 minutes, they're just like, what if he's just, like, walking around bloody for 30 minutes? And it's just like, it's just that. It's just, I mean, Nick Cage acts incredibly walking around bloody for 30 minutes. But it's still just him walking around bloody for 30 minutes while, like, bad guys are, like, it cuts to bad guys talking kind of sometimes. It's kind of like Destiny 2 where it's just like nothing interesting is happening, but they keep cutting between two different non-interesting plot lines, the good plot line and the villain plot line. That's what it's doing.
Yeah. But no, I really because like it's technically a mystery movie. Like there's the main character is a detective and there's like a crime to solve. And he's there like in a crime scene. So he has also a perspective as well. And yeah, but the mystery gets solved within like
the mystery solved within the end of the hour, and then it's the last 30 minutes. So you're just like, you know who the villain is.
Yeah,
the audience knew before Nick Cage did anyway. So it's like, then you're just like, okay, what's the climax then? If we're not at the climax yet, even though it felt like we have been at the climax for the last hour, what's the climax? And then there isn't one.
Yeah,
they wanted to film one, but there wasn't one. Because they were supposed to have the casino flood.
Yeah.
But they never filmed it.
So the storm that happens serves no point.
I do think it's cool though.
It is a cool
it's very cool when they do the cartoony, like everyone's like there's a quiet moment. It's like the super stock thunder sound effect.
Yeah. But anyway, the Snake Eyes, cool movie. But it's one of those like you don't need to see.
Especially when you realize that came after Mission Impossible. And
yeah.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. Mission Impossible is just like it's that first one is like immaculate. I love it.
Yeah.
But this is not a movie podcast.
No, it's not. Jason, what is it?
This is a fan fiction podcast.
Whoa!
And we have done something we've never done before. By stopping in the middle of a chapter because it was going on for so long. We couldn't mentally sustain ourselves. So we're still reading Sonic Riders many years later. And we're still in, I have to scroll back up to the top. Chapter 12, The More Things Changes, Part 5. In this chapter, we found out what the Babylonians had been doing in their dimension-hopping escapades. And it was basically they were hanging out with Chris Thorndike from Sonic X. Yeah. So it wasn't interesting at all because it's Chris Thorndike from Sonic X. And then, like, I don't remember how we transitioned to it, but then there was a separate... they went. Oh yeah, it was a different dimension. They went to a different dimension, which was the Sonic Boom dimension, and then, that dimension's Tails was with Zooey, the character you all remember from Sonic Boom, the girl fox, girl Tails basically. She's also just a yellow and white fox, only one tail though. So that's basically it. It's just like Wave just messed with them to make them like to make her jealous. I think I don't remember. It was kind of confusing. So that's basically what happened. Did I get that all right? I think I did. I don't.
Yeah,
think I forgot
like
everything.
I mean, yeah, Jet is like hanging out with Boom Sonic. Storm is hanging out with the Boom Knuckles, and yeah, Wave is hanging out with Boom Tails, and yeah, there's this like big drama scene with like because like Zooey gets like jealous of because Wave is talking to Boom Tails, and it's like very just forced, and it really described in such a confusing way. Like I was so good. Even listening back, I did not fully understand what was happening. And then it, like this Taylor just told us like where we lost. Like, yeah, you're boring. You serve no purpose. But that's what I like about you because my life is full of so much fun and adventure. I need a boring person to talk to something. That's essentially not direct word, but that's essentially what he just said.
No, that is what he said. I remember
What
now.
he just said,
just like,
yeah.
Yeah, that was something. That was something, all right. And she was okay with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, she loved it.
She was very okay with it.
Yeah, but now we are back to the present where Wave is telling, where present day Wave is telling present day Tails.
Not Boom Tails.
Not Boom
normal
Tails.
Tails.
Yes.
Well,
so we got a little bit left. So
we'll try and get through this, and then get through the next chapter as well. So, without. I say that too much. And I always say without further ado. I'm noticing my quirks now after listening to 50 episodes back. So let's get right into this. Okay. Back with Tails and Wave.
Now I know you're making that up.
Tails said flatly. Really? She said, expecting this answer. This is Tails.
You want to help me and any girlfriend I might have with no reason. Heck, you sounded excessively nice to me in that story.
Oh, believe me, I was desperate for anyone, and I mean anyone, not remotely as stupid as everyone there, Wave told him. Wait, this author has a vendetta against Boom.
Yeah, in case you couldn't tell.
In case you couldn't tell by that one sentence. Wave told him, shuddering at the end when she remembered how stupid everyone was there. But I didn't do it for free, she admitted, a sinister smile forming on her face. This is still her, I think.
Yeah.
Apparently, you did ask for help for wooing the girl from the crazy girl of your group. Tails gulped. Wave just tasted the moment, enjoying his expression while it lasted. Why would he gulp at he doesn't know what that means.
It's a different Tails. It's just not him. What?
Is he like embarrassed on his dimensional counterpart's behavior?
I guess I would be too if I found my dimensional counterpart was just like down bad for a girl that he couldn't get with. Like I would also be like, dang, dude.
If you found out your dimensional counterpart had a girlfriend and you didn't, basically, is more,
I guess,
I think
yeah.
that might be more logical.
And it was still pathetic.
Then she grabbed her hollow pendant. A green screen came out of it, showing Tails a little version of himself, dancing on a table while having several feathers attached to him, cooing repeatedly with a mob surrounding him.
You won't find that pendant tomorrow,
Tails whispered, cursing himself for not erasing its content, or maybe even breaking the stupid thing altogether. You will try, Wave just commented, acting unimpressed. It is already on the internet, so all your efforts are in vain.
Remind me why I let you stay here and help you landing on your feet.
Because you are a soft heart that won't let me die like a monster or whatever you think will happen. And because you secretly love me but refuse to admit so.
Someone's feeling delusional.
Glad that you are accepting it. Back to storytelling. Also, because you've probably forgotten, like I have, this is a Tails Cross Wave ship.
Oh yeah,
fanfiction.
it is.
I forgot about that.
I guess
I'm just thinking this is a Sonic Riders fanfiction at this point, but no, it is not. This is just the backstory To be fair, most ship fanfictions we read are so forced and to the point.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of glad I forgot that this was a ship fanfiction, because that means they're actually doing their due diligence and like building up the relationship somewhat.
Yeah.
All right, back to storytelling. Jet was standing in a clearing in the middle of the forest. In front of him, a pair of blades were set on the dirt. The blade's shape resembled a bit to some kind of metal fan with a long tilt. I imagine it's supposed to be hilt.
All right, I'm Blaze, right?
I believe so. I forgot to grab the voices document.
Yeah, I remember. I'm Blaze. All right, because I believe this is her saying it. Because
were they in that? Were they still in that universe?
we're now in Sonic and Black Knight, essentially.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
yeah, so you are Blaze.
Yeah, and she was Sir Percival, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Now, Jet the Hawk, take the Tengus to prove your worth as a warrior and join us in serving Sir Lamarck or your friends.
What's the Tengus?
The Tengus and the Sir Lamarck?
I don't want to look that up. I just want to guess what the Tengus means. Because that's like almost Pingus, but it's not. Not enough to be a misspelling either. It's just something completely different. But I wish it was the Pingus.
Uh-huh.
Sir Percival, a knight looking strangely similar to Blaze the cat, preached when she said, quote, your friends. She looked, Wave, and Storm, noticing that they were inside a cauldron with water inside of it and fire below. This is awesome now. The birds were tied and gagged, unable to escape, no matter how much they shook or what sounds they produced. Although that while Lady Nimue, aka Amy in a dress, chopped and tossed vegetables into the soup, while Sir Gawain, Knuckles, and Sir Galahad, Silver, just observed. Percival was really confused in that moment. This is Percival.
Oh, yeah.
This is Percival.
Nimue?
Nimue. I'll just say I would just say Nimue.
All right. Lady Nimue, what are you doing?
She asked with complete confusion. Was I Amy? I think I was Amy. Yes, I was Amy.
Okay.
Cooking was all she said.
We don't cook our prisoners!
She snapped, horrorized by the idea. Is that horrorized?
Horrorized.
I don't think that's a word. It is. Google just comes up with the Spanish word horrorizado, which is Spanish for horrified.
Mm-hmm.
Horrorized.
Say horrified. Horrified by the idea. Okay.
Wait, there's a Wikipedia page on it.
No.
Simple past and past participle of horrorize. So horrorize is a word?
No. So then there are words that we find out like that we think aren't real, but we find out actually are. I found out later that actually are real, and so we just look like big idiots.
Like, okay, we made fun of Malagasy Adventure for how many episodes before we found out it was actually a word?
Oh my gosh. We're really bad at this, in case you couldn't tell.
Who has ever had to use Malagasy in their entire life? Of course we thought it was a mistype, a misspelling. Okay, now I gotta... But you guys eat birds.
It is not nearly the same.
She shouted again.
And why you guys are doing nothing about that?
Gawain was Knuckles.
All right.
I think you...
I was Knuckles. Yeah, because I was Knuckles in the...
Okay, well, that's not written down, so I'm going to write down Knuckles on your sheet.
All right.
Knuckles. Okay.
All right. You tried stopping Lady Nimue. She wouldn't listen.
Gawain explained. Can you guys just stop cooking my friends already? Jet interrupted, holding both blades. Sir Percival was able to let go a held air while Lady Nimue let go a sound of disappointment. Back with Tails and Wave.
Huh?
Was the only comment Tails expressed. That's all you got to say about a medieval version of your friends?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't miss anything, did I?
No, you didn't. I was just like confused for a bit. Okay.
Because that was not
any
story.
Right. Okay. I was messed up. Anyway, wrong restart. Go ahead.
That's what you gotta say about a medieval version of your friends?
It is not that. It means that I actually owe Sonic money.
Tails said. You remember that many years ago, Team Heroes. So there's a spot on my monitor that made it look like Hercules, and I'm like it blocked a little bit of the O, so that's why I was a little confused. Team Heroes made a bet that Sonic had to ask Amy out. They heard that he had actually asked her out, but then he never appeared on the date, saying something about being King Arthur and a lot of other crazy stuff. Now apparently he wasn't all that crazy.
Okay, do you remember the ending of Sonic and the Black? Oh my gosh.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Good thing I played that game for the first time this
I would
year.
not have remembered that because I played Black Knight
I
years ago. I would.
But it was recently, so if
right.
And then Anthologies, are you guys as tired as me of this transitions? Buddy, you're writing the transitions. You don't have to put them in if you're tired of them. Some chibi-like version of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles were waiting inside some kind of elevator, accompanied by a red armadillo and a yellow squirrel, all ready to leave, looking like they were going to have the time of their lives. The elevator's walls were about to close before some big hand stopped it dead and reopened. Now the Babylon Rogues stood, Storm being the one who stopped the door. However, they didn't quite look the same. Is this supposed to be like a classic art style that
I think this is supposed to be Mania because
that's what
because I remember the trailer for when Mighty and Ray were like were for the Plus DLC, how they show up at in the elevator Sonic and friends were in the elevator and then they go past it and then it was like Mighty and Ray. I think they're just trying to replicate that with
so this is the hand-drawn art style then.
I believe so.
So this isn't pixel art. Okay, that's a good clarification because I was going to imagine pixel art the rest of the time. The Rogues were, for whatever reason, smaller than their normal size, looking rounder with bigger eyes and overall looking cuter. Jet took the lead, pointing at Sonic and ready to shout his demand, and no sound came from his mouth. Jet grabbed his neck, believing there was something wrong. Wave moved her beak, trying to ask what was wrong, and realized that she couldn't speak either. Storm soon joined and rapidly understood their problem. The three birds were freaking out, while the five friends just looked at each other in confusion. However, Sonic noticed something. In the distance, Amy the Rascal came running at incredible speeds. She would be there in a few seconds. So the Hedgehog grabbed the three birds, shoved them into the already crammed elevator, and started jamming the bottom with the M++. Just as Amy was reaching the door, it closed, smacking her whole head against it. After that, she sat on the floor, grabbed her legs, and started crying. Back at the plot. Tails couldn't say anything else. I know. Can you see why I believe that Sonic hated Amy? Wave commented. In Italics, what is the point of all this pointless cameo/references? I don't know, author. What is the point? There's more. Jet, Storm, and Wave just came out of the Zeppelin. Hopping? Is that hopping or hoping? I hate when they do... English sucks.
Yeah.
Hopping. I think it's 1P. Is 1P hopping or hoping? Because logically... Okay, it's hope. Logically, I would make that... Hop. But it's hope.
You're right, yeah.
It's the... Where I freaking lost myself. Blah, blah, blah. Hoping to find some action. This new dimension was the weirdest of them so far. It had several platforms littered all over the place till the end of the horizon. However, the platforms had different orientations. Some were straight normal, but some were vertical, inclined, and upside down. The crazy thing, however, was that each platform had a construction and people walking over them in all these different orientations, as if each platform had their own gravity. It's Lost World, isn't it?
Oh, boy.
However, they soon found that this place was more wrong than right. A closer inspection showed that the edifications were damaged, destroyed, with holes in the roofs, cracked on the windows. The people on the platform they landed all horror, as in the insult. This weird armor consisting of green boots with gold pieces, red clothing, gold belt, and upper armor, and helmet with a visor, except all of it was dirty, ragged, broken, and the visor was cracked and damaged. The people themselves looked lifeless, almost like zombies, their movements slow and depressing. This is not Sonic Lost World. What is this?
Oh, wait. Is this where they actually go back to the present? Like, because I remember everyone's like, the Eggman nuked everything, and there's like a rebellion, and yeah, there's the goo monsters.
Goo monsters?
There's like zombies. This might be where they actually go back.
Oh. To drive the whole point home, a Sonic, wearing said destroyed clothing, appeared on their sight, shaking uncontrollably and repeating something in an unsettling manner. Who's Sonic? Okay,
I was Boom Sonic.
I was Sonic.
Right, yeah.
Dimension's dead. Dimension's dead. Dimension's dead. An entire multiverse dead. The Babylon chose to ignore it for a little while, but the more familiar people they found, like Knuckles, Vector, SBO, even Eggman, the more they realized that everyone was saying and acting that way. But Eggman's supposed to be dead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Eggman's supposed to be dead. I don't know. Let's keep reading.
Some people just stood there, sitting while grabbing on their knees as if hope had left them, just muttering how they had failed, how a whole multiverse was dead. Eventually, they found copies of themselves. They waved a hand at them right in front of their eyes, but even like that, they didn't react. The Babylon then put themselves in a way that they could look their eyes. They wish they hadn't, as all of them had their eyes missing. Some black holes replaced what were supposed to be their eyes. Guys, let's jump somewhere else. I don't think we'll find anything here, Jet said. But even them couldn't help but feel how unsettled this place made him feel. In parentheses, I just thought they would be fun, plus multiple dimensions. When will I have the chance to include these many in a single chapter?
Well, isn't that eerie?
Tails commented.
They didn't say anything else?
No, they were constantly going about how a whole multiverse was dead or something. I think we heard them said once that they had failed, but honestly, that place was easily the creepiest place we ventured. I am so glad we barely stayed there, Wave said, giving herself some kind of self-hug as if just remembering it was able to upset her.
Was it that bad?
Tails asked. Yeah, but luckily Wave started, and then she stopped, feeling a sting on her chest. I had those two dorks with me, she ended, doing her best to make the short silence not nearly as evident as possible. If Tails was younger, he thought that it might have gone over his head. Tails blinked twice, also feeling a sting on his heart. Wave had expressed her anger, confidence, just about everything when it came to expressing, but never weakness or fragility. Not until now. It had a strange effect on Tails. He felt compelled of putting a hand on her shoulder. Wave almost jumped, reasonably surprised, and the thing that Tails told her was the icing on the cake.
Don't worry, Wave. You'll get your partners back,
Tails said in the most reassuring smile. By the way, she's his prisoner. In case
and if she like leaves a certain distance, like it blows, like her wristband blows up.
Wave was looking at him, trying to read him, but she found nothing wrong. No tricks, no sarcasm noticeable, no malice, just an honest guy trying his best to reassure her. And that's what made her snap. Hands off! Wave brushed his arm off, stood up, and took 3 steps from him, looking absolutely scared of him, while breathing heavy, almost as if that simple touch burned her or something similar. Tails opened his eyes a lot. He looked hurt, betrayed by her reaction. He closed his eyes and let go off a held breath.
I think that's enough for tonight.
That's all he said, still sounding hurt before leaving the room. That was a perfectly normal reaction, considering the situation she's in.
And remember, Tails has killed people.
Yes!
Like, this Tails has canonically killed multiple people. Like, innocent people.
Wave was still trying to get her emotions in control, or at least understand what was going on her head. She genuinely felt reassurance and calm when Tails made that final gesture, but her more cynical side flared up like an alarm, telling her that something was wrong. She had seen and heard about what this Tails had been doing, that he had to be some kind of trick. That had to be some kind of trick. Maybe he was trying the Stockholm Syndrome, trying to get her to lower her guard. Or maybe he was just being Tails, the kind, nice, goofy two-shoes fox he knew so long ago. He was giving her bad food, TV, and internet instead of being turned into a monster, killed by a gun, or whatever else they had told her so far. She wasn't even sure what to feel about that. Go to sleep. It is too much right now, she finally thought, finally leaving the room. She reached her bed, laying on it, hoping to sleep as soon as she could. She found herself remembering a little more about her friends and their adventures, except she soon found herself without adventures to remember. Her eyes opened widely. She tried to think of her adventures while traveling through dimensions, but for some reason, she couldn't remember. Like, she was sure there was more going on, but she couldn't remember any. Just what is going on with my life? And that was The More Things Changes Part 5, the end to The More Things Changes saga.
Finally. Like, this should have just been like a 3-part thing, honestly. This
Part 5 really did not need to happen.
Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, like, okay, yeah, I don't, like, nastories clearly just wanted, like, just write all of these, like, different, multiverses and stuff, and that's fun, but it only lasts for, like, a couple paragraphs. It's like, why did you write, like, 9 for Boom? You didn't need to do that.
Yeah, you didn't need the whole Zooey subplot.
Dude, I just, dude, these chapter titles, oh my gosh.
Besties. I think instead of continuing, because we've already been going for almost 40 minutes, let's do like a little, like kind of collect our thoughts like we did at the end of the prologue.
Okay.
So specifically about the More Things Changes saga. I thought, I mean, going off of what you said, I think at most 4 chapters. The 5th chapter was just so long and so it was just pointless, honestly. It was like I got it at the end of the first More Things Changes. I understood what was going on, but it just kept going. It kept being like, here's another scenario, here's another scenario, here's another scenario.
Yeah,
and it made more sense when Tails was explaining to Wave, but like we didn't really need to know what Wave and the Babylonians were doing before, like not to this degree.
Yeah,
it should have just been like a quick like, oh yeah, we went to this place and this place and this place, and it's like. But the author did admit that they just wanted to write about the different dimensions.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, sometimes you can't do what you want when you're writing.
Like, I'm going
you
through...
reread it and be like, this actually is really not interesting at all.
Like, I'm going through the More Things Change Part 1, and it's just like, it's literally just like Cream, like where she is and what happened to the Chaotix.
It's very short.
It's very short, and it's like, it gives like, it says a story, it says back to the present, and then it's just like how like Wave reacted essentially to it. I forgot
about Part 2. Dude, Part 2 was insane. That had like Sonic's Nightmare in it.
Oh my god, you're right.
Like, what was that? I still don't know what that was. That one was really long. That one was that could have definitely been shortened.
Okay, so wait, yeah. Well, in fact, what was Sonic and Amy doing again? They're going to the Gaia temples.
Sonic was basically declared like kind of like Batman, where it's like what he's doing is illegal.
Yeah,
even if it's for the greater good, right? So basically, the government is okay with him doing whatever he wants as long as he's doing it specifically to protect Amy or anyone. So
yeah, as long as
he has a deal with Amy to where she basically hires him as his bodyguard so that they can kind of be dating too. That's like the trade-off, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But like he has this insane like nightmare.
But okay, so they go to like at the end of the chapter they go to a Gaia temple,
right?
And Chip is there.
Oh yeah, Chip was there.
And
Chip was there. That was amazing.
Well, what does he like? They're looking for something, but what were they looking for?
Yeah, where next, little guy? Nora's Gath. Lots of cold water, ice, and sunken ships. At least that's what I saw. We will need something to go underwater. So Chip literally says go to Nora's Gath and then leaves.
Yeah, and it's just like it never says like where they're going, what like was like the attack of like Eggman's old like army at the beginning sort of was that part of the mission that Chip totally, it's just like I'm left with more questions than answers in the worst way, like it not in I guess in not the good way. But yeah, I remember that one being like a pain to read.
And then it's just this really long, crazy, hard to follow nightmare where Sonic was turning into all of his different forms, like the Werehog and like Darkspine.
Yeah, like
and it was just like, but that whole chapter, it's like a setup to a completely different story. It's like it's setting up a new plot, and then it stops. It ends, and then it's not brought up again in the rest of the More Things Changes. I bet it's going to come in again later, but like that was very weird and way too early to set up something like that. It was too long again. Like a lot of these are just too long. And then part 3 was just, it was also super long and super boring.
Okay, yeah, either have the first half or the second half. Do not have Knuckles mentoring a child and then the talk with Shade romance. Like, have one or the other. Like, it would have been fun if it was just the Shade romance, or it would have been fun if it was just the mentoring like part. Because I just think you put those two together, it just gets too drawn out. And it wasn't long. Yeah, it was better than part 2 though. Like, it was actually interesting.
Because there wasn't a crazy nightmare scene that we had to
And after I actually beat like Sonic Chronicles, which is done now, I will talk about it next week when we talk about our gaming stuff. The non-Sonic
episode we'll talk about.
Yeah. They actually give Shade character at least a little bit, which I think they do more with Shade. Oh my gosh. And they didn't go far enough with that. I much would have had it where it was the Shade and Knuckles romance than the mentoring. If you just had the chapter focus mostly on that and like what Knuckles is doing, maybe have him attack for like a paragraph or two. I don't know, but yeah, that's kind of how I saw it. But yeah, very very interesting because like, yeah, they're in this one was weird because they're mixing Archie lore and Chronicles lore like at the same, and they were like Chronicles took inspiration from the Archie. There's a lot of inspiration from the Archie Echidna tribe, but it wasn't the same Echidna tribe. But apparently, Ken Benders thought so and tried to sue them, and surprise, surprise, lost.
But imagine that. Imagine making the game Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood and then getting sued over it. You're just like, this was already not worth releasing, and now you're just gonna make it that much worse. Like, I doubt they made any money on that game if you include the lawsuit.
They only sold like just under 1 million, which for Sonic not
on
good.
The DS,
not good
on the Oh my god!
And you had to hire BioWare to do that. They didn't even do it in like, and they were like that was back when BioWare was big.
They were the kings of RPGs at that point.
Yeah, crazy. Anyway, but we'll talk about that next week. So yeah. And this is the point where I'm just like, okay, we need to wrap this up. We need to wrap up this More Things Changes Part 3. But no,
I feel like
there is
doing it for 3
More
months.
Things Changes Part 4.
Which is
the craziest one. This is the craziest chapter.
Cream does blackface ? Not Cream, Marine. Marine does blackface.
I think she's just in a
It says
suit.
black colored female raccoon. Not a raccoon in a black suit. Black colored. She must dye her fur or something. Which I know isn't blackface because it's not.
No, that's
like only
human.
for humans. But it's just a funny idea.
It is because you write that, and there should be a little thing in the back of your head that's kind of telling you like
no one's gonna know who this character is.
And maybe just saying in black is not a good way to describe a person. Just throwing that out there.
But it was honestly, this might have been my favorite one, even though I didn't want to read it because it was a fourth The More Things Changes. But it's because it was in the Soul Dimension. I just really like the Soul Dimension.
It was just really goofy at times when like you have to like Fat Cat, whatever his name is.
Blaze just had crippling insomnia.
how they had to come up with this wacky way to get her to sleep. They just
This
push
is
her
like a
on
skip to wolf chapter.
Dude, you are so right.
It's all full of pranks and
Yeah.
like weird character traits that don't make sense, and it's just like it was.
like Marine and Silver are like they're always bickering at each other. They're like nagging at each other and then like yeah, Blades just tries to like keep them together and then but she's also tired, so they just keep arguing.
It also reminds me of a Lose Heart Attack, where the author just has to keep over describing the negative state the character's in, not to the same degree, of course, but it was just like.
Blades works so hard.
She was so determined to do. What was it, to stop the pirates? I think it was she couldn't let herself
the slave
sleep.
the slave traffickers.
And it's just like they had to prank her to get her to go to bed, and then she slept for like 3 days or something.
And Silver moves an entire ship with this like, dude, you could fight Goku. This dude could probably fight Goku and win.
One of the few characters who
power
can do it.
level is at that crazy. Why doesn't Silver just go after Johnny and just like lift Johnny up and just throw him in the water at this point if he can lift an entire pirate ship?
Johnny was in it. Johnny's a character from a game.
Dude, I was so happy. It was just awesome for me to
Johnny.
imagine Johnny in a scenario that wasn't a JPEG on a DS screen. That was awesome.
Man.
What about Captain, what was his name? Captain Whiskers? Captain,
something like that.
Babolga?
I thought it was like some like generic cat name, like Whiskers.
Well, no, what about
from the game?
From the game, yeah.
Oh, bro, I only remember Johnny.
Sonic Rush. I think it was Captain Whiskers sounds like such a generic name that
Captain Whisker. It is.
No, Whisker. God.
There he
That
is.
is so funny. Dude, his design goes so hard. I love his design a lot.
Eggman Nega.
Careful how you say that.
Be very careful how you say that.
But yeah, this was definitely my favorite one. But
Johnny looks so funny, dude.
Oh, dude.
He
What
just
were
has
they?
the freaking it's is that supposed to be a shark body for a head or like a tactical nuke for a head? It's like somewhere between the two. I don't care about the advertisements. Get off my screen. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
A feisty and speedy competitor on the sea.
This one, then chapter 5 was, gosh, it needed to end. This all needed to be a couple of dimensions, maybe name drop, some of them.
Yeah,
but
just be oh yeah, we met Blaze and friends, and we met the boom dimension. It's you don't need a whole chapter about going to the boom dimension.
What was this They go into a destroyed multiverse?
Bro,
that wasn't
do
from any.
not know.
Yeah, that wasn't
might
from
have been
anything.
from a comic or something.
Oh yeah, the comic.
That's the one thing we refuse to touch, Laura.
Yeah,
especially Archie. I think that's the most frightening media just in existence for me personally.
Yes.
I'm terrified. I'm more terrified of the Archie comics than of death itself.
I just remember on Sonic Mega Collection, you could go through all, or not all, but most of the Archie cover
and they
arts.
scared me.
And yeah, I was
they scared me.
I was what? I don't
they were
want.
so weird.
I don't want to go through these,
so
but I'm
weird.
9 years. I'm 6 years old, so I'm going to go through these, but I don't want to. And then
you're reluctantly pressing the R button,
exactly.
I don't want to see the next one, but I have to because I'm bored.
And then you watch the Sonic Jam trailer, and then you're just oh, I want that.
Yeah.
And hey, I have it. I have Sonic Jam now.
Dude, the Sonic Jam trailer's so good.
Oh yeah, dude.
Sonic Jam.
That collection's so cool. They
don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, with no save states. Stupid. What were they thinking?
It's like you think oh, Sonic Mega Collection's obviously one of the best collections in this no save states. And it's Sonic Origins is obviously one of the best.
Not even that, because they don't have Knuckles and Chaotix.
I don't care. It's better than Mega Collection because it's widescreen.
That is true. Yeah.
And I don't care about the goofy music.
Right. It does. It is special, but it's not the definitive collection. I would say
we don't have one.
Yeah.
The definitive collection is the original versions. Like honestly, for 99% of all video games, it's still the definitive version is the original version.
The definitive version is your local Genesis emulator.
The definitive version is like hacking a Vita or something and just kind of hanging out,
Yeah.
I should do that. I played was it Zero Mission on the Vita? Like that was I need to emulate more on the Vita. It's such a cool system. But anyway, what about part 5 that we just wrapped up?
What about part 5?
Yeah, the more things changes part 5.
I was just telling you that
Right.
it needed to be like.
So we got on such a tangent. I forgot what we were actually talking about.
Yeah, you short and boom. It didn't need to be that long.
The Thorndikes, dude. I hate the Thorndikes.
Why did they just make them the most like boring white family of all time? Like most millennial white family, just like I'm a scientist and here's my disabled wife.
I'm so inclusive.
I'm so inclusive. We have a child. Actually, we have 2 children, but one of them just doesn't show up.
I did like that Jet kept getting attacked by the dog.
That was funny, yeah. But like, so I'm assuming that they're just living in the same mansion.
I think so,
but like,
I don't know.
Oh, and they don't have blinds either. They don't know what blinds are.
Okay. Yeah, the guy keeps coming up to them.
Yeah, that weird like.
None of these go anywhere.
Exactly. It's like okay, they needed the wind to power up their Zeppelin, but it was just Chris looking at it being like, "Wow, that's so cool." But yeah, and then Boom was like boring and completely pointless. Like with the Zoe romance. Zoe romance. I'm not even. Why did I correct myself? Like it was more interesting when like Wave like snapped at the end when Taylor tried to comfort her. Like that's when I was actually like interested. And then when she starts to like lose her memories like afterwards, like
suddenly,
what?
like, wait, I forgot there's plot in this story.
Exactly.
Remember the prologues when there was stuff happening?
When they were racing, in
Sonic
Riders
fanfiction. Oh my gosh, that was insane, dude.
Yeah, but overall, I'm so excited. I'm still loving this fan fiction. It is like, dude, these titles, man.
We got Besties shedding some light. Shenanigans 1 and 2. Like,
there's 2 shenanigans. Like not even My Hero Academia has 2 shenanigans.
Not even My Hero.
But yeah, super excited for the rest. But for now, I think that'll do it. Yeah. I'm tired. I'm tired, but
well, just be untired.
All right.
There's plenty of Mountain Dew in the fridge.
You know I can't do that.
You can. You just choose not to. And that's the sign of a stronger man. I had Mountain Dew while watching Snake Eyes last night.
Wait, but what movie are we watching?
Assuming we're doing Illumination, we're on the Lorax.
Dude, that mountain is gonna be gone. It's gonna be all gone. I got the beatbox in there. That's gonna be gone.
Dude, mix it with the Mountain Dew. Would that be good?
It's cherry limeade. It's cherry limeade beatbox.
What about that? The dragon fruit stuff that I haven't, or was it pomegranate? What's
it's
the
dragon
Walmart
fruit?
Kind?
Walmart's dragon fruit.
That might be good.
I'll try it. I won't
try a little bit.
Yeah, I'll try a little
mixer
bit of it.
in there.
I got beatbox. I got the Fanta Crimson Sour Warhammer League of Legends.
Mix that with the last Airhead soda.
Oh yeah, there is and the twigs too. There's also, dude, we can do dirty. You can do dirtbag sodas.
Yeah, I've got some half and half, dude. We can get it together.
Yeah, get some dirtbag sodas.
Get
maybe
some dirtbag sodas.
I don't know. We'll talk about that off camera.
But this has been the More Things Changes Part 5. I think even though this was a shorter one, I want to get a different fan fiction from my list. Because there is a new Star Fox game, and we haven't done a Star Fox one this season. I have a couple. And yet, re-listening to Season 1, there's a couple promises both you and I make that we have not delivered on.
I bet I promised 9 Ice Age fan fictions.
I mean, most recently, it was continuing the Mega Men. Because you said Part 5 has actual dialogue.
Dang it.
You thought you wanted me to forget.
Yeah, I wanted you to forget and be
you
like...
You said in the episode that Part 5 has dialogue, so you wanted to continue the Mega Men,
Yeah.
and it's like we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, you're right.
But I have a couple, you know, could go Metal Gear, could go Ratchet and Clank. I'm just looking at my list now. Anyway, next week will be you with something, and then after that, I'll come back with something I pick.
All right.
From the list.
All right.
So in 4 weeks, we will continue Sonic Riders many years later, and we will forget everything. So until then, see you guys later. Go do the liking and subscribing and whatever else.
If you have a fan fiction that you want us to read, let us know and we'll consider it.
If you're an author and you have written,
I'm so sorry.
If you're an author and you want us to insult you live on camera, send us your fan fiction and we will do just that. So see you next week.
Bye.